If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Point, I think you have a cooperating witness that corroborates that Mr. Graham has nothing to do with this case. Mr. Graham is not listed in any report. Mr. Graham, I don't believe has been discussed whatsoever in this case, to my knowledge, other than rumor and innuendo.
Drake and his attorney must work with defense attorneys to set up a deposition about his involvement or lack thereof.
Bradford Cohen is a high-priced, high-profile attorney who has, I'm talking about, defended numerous rappers. I'm talking about from NELE Chopper, Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, Drake, Lil Wayne, Pooh, Shiesty, Kodak Black. I mean the list goes on and on, right? I'm talking about this one of those go-to lawyers whenever rappers get in trouble. And some of his successes in helping these rappers are, he got Lil Wayne a full presidential pardon. Remember Lil Wayne got caught with that gun at the airport, got that pardon, got that throughout. He got Kodak Black a full presidential pardon. You know, they threw his whole little case out and all that old type of stuff. When he got released from prison, he got released early. Not only that though, he worked with Pooh Shiesty on the old case when Pooh Shiesty called that armed robbery, right? Pooh Shiesty was looking at, they said, like 20 years. He got that thing all the way down to 63 months. You see? So he's a good attorney, right? And I'm talking about, he's been helping rappers. I'm talking about Vanilla Ice. Yeah, he even did something with Vanilla Ice. So he been in the game for a minute and he's a seasoned attorney. But we gotta understand one thing. He don't win all his cases. And you know, you can't expect an attorney to win all the cases because, you know, the prosecution is gonna fight as hard as the attorney fight. Oh yeah, and he worked with Polo G. He got Polo G off on 2 cases dealing with firearms. I remember Polo G got caught with that firearm down there in Miami. I remember they raided his crib out there in California. He got both of those cases throughout for Polo G. So when these rebels get caught with guns and drugs and stuff like that, this attorney right here, Bradford Cohen, is well connected. They go to him. Hey man, I need you to get this gone. Give me some probation, you understand what I'm saying? Give me some community service, you know, give me some workhouse time. I just don't want to go to jail. And he one of those guys that can do that. And you know, so they go to him for that. But we got to understand one thing. Like I said before, attorneys are not perfect.
And what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoot. I'm just shocked that, you know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it. There might be this mystery contract, they don't have it. Oh, they were at Staples, you know, making copies. It's just a total guess. So like, we're not here to guess. I'm here to look at the evidence, to weigh the evidence, and to make the best decision based on that evidence.
Did y'all hear him? I'm talking about this man right here is speaking with full confidence. They ain't got no video. The contract, this mysterious contract, they ain't got no contract. I'm shocked that they ain't got this type of stuff. You know, and when you hear an attorney talk like that, that right there convinces you and it causes you to believe that, hey, he's an attorney. He went to law school. He gotta know what he talking about. If don't nobody else know what they talking about, he know what he talking about. But as we have seen lately, he didn't know what the hell he was talking about because they have the camera or the video footage. Yeah, they got that. I showed that to y'all in the video yesterday. And they got the contract. They went in Pooh Shiesty's father's email and went and got the contract. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, no. We can't believe what they be saying all the time just because they're an attorney, because this man right here has been proven wrong. But he's an attorney, right? So he's a spin master. He's a spin doctor. And what I mean by that, he's deviling down. He's doubling down and trying to say that, hey man, look, Pooh Shiesty still got a shot, even though they got this man on camera. And I need y'all to walk with me on this demonstration. I need y'all to like this video. I need y'all to hype this video. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because I'm about to break this whole demonstration down. Check it out.
All right, let's talk Pooh Shiesty. Everyone has been calling me and texting me and DMing me for an update on Pooh's case, and because this alleged video came out. So let me tell you a couple things. Number one is I think it's pretty nasty work that there's leaks coming from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Texas on evidence that they feel will benefit their case. Of course, they're not leaking evidence that will not benefit their case. That's the first part of that.
And I must agree with him. He's right. Of course, they are the prosecution. They is not finna expose something that can cause somebody to be not guilty or cause somebody to get a not guilty verdict. No, they not finna do nothing like that. But let's just say, we playing ball here. The prosecution is leaking evidence. The prosecution is leaking information of Pooh Shiesty's guilt. And yeah, that's nasty work, and that's messed up, because look, what that does is it tanks the jury. Anybody that was like this about the whole thing about Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane, and all that old type of stuff, who have seen this video now, is in their mind saying, you know what, hey, that boy cooked. He finna go to the federal penitentiary. And that just doesn't apply to us. That could apply to potential jurors. People that's going to be deciding his fate if he decides to go to trial, or if any of his homeboys decide to go to trial. They looking at that video and saying, hey man, look, I mean, they committed a crime. It's over with for them, right? But since the prosecution is doing that, if the defense has anything that points to Pooh Shiesty's innocence, shouldn't they play ball too? Shouldn't they expose that to the public? Any kinks in the prosecution's case, shouldn't they expose that? I mean, come on, we playing ball here. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's life is on the line. But let them continue on. Check it out.
Now let's look at the actual video itself. It does not negate my argument, my legal argument that I made at the bond hearing of whether or not this is a kidnapping case. The legal definition for federal kidnapping, this does not meet. The benefit that they're having in this video is allegedly him getting out of a contract, which he never got out of. He never used. Nothing ever happened from it. So it doesn't change my argument that this is not a federal kidnapping charge. This is not a federal case in itself, because it can't come in with the Commerce Clause. They didn't prove anything with these cell phones that were allegedly used, that there had some sort of cell phone information, that they communicated something with the cell phone. That was not used. So all these different things take it out of the federal realm of charging a crime. That was my original argument. It's still my argument.
So that's his argument, and that is still his argument. He's standing on that. He ain't moving away from that. And for the lamest person, right, for people, or the lay person that don't really understand nothing about the law, who don't understand the elements of crime, who don't understand state and federal jurisdiction, he sounds believable. How could they charge Pooh Shiesty with a federal crime and it's not a federal crime? Well, let me break down how this thing works. Whenever you get charged with a crime, the first thing the prosecution does is they look at the crime. And once the prosecution or prosecutor looks at the crime, they try to see what charges that fits that crime. So they go through the elements. Oh, this happened, that happened, right? And they say, okay, well, we're going to charge you with this. For an example, right? You cannot charge somebody with murder if they committed attempted murder and nobody is dead. You see what I'm saying? They gotta fit the elements of the crime. You only can charge somebody with murder if somebody was killed, not for attempted murder if somebody's still alive, right? So prosecutors go through that process right there. And once they go through that process, they give it to the judge and say, hey, look, this is what we're charging this guy with. And the judge looks at the, the crime, looks at the charges and say, hey, you know what? Hey, let's go. I'm finna put a warrant out for this guy's arrest because we believe that he violated these crimes. Everything that he did, it fits these charges that the prosecution has charged him with. And Bradford Cohen is saying, nah, Pooh Shiesty ain't got a federal kidnapping. Well, y'all know me. Old hood educated, I did a little homework for the home team. And y'all be the judge. Y'all check it out for yourself because we finna go through federal kidnapping. We finna go through it. We finna see the elements that satisfies federal kidnapping. And then I want y'all to tell me, did the prosecution charge Pooh Shiesty with the proper charges? Check it out. Federal kidnapping. For a kidnapping case to be prosecuted by the federal government, specific jurisdictional requirements must be met. Interstate commerce. The victim is transported across state or international lines, or the offender uses the mail or any facility of interstate commerce, for an example, crossing state borders or using phone/internet and furtherance of the crime. Penalties. Federal kidnapping is an extremely serious felony. The perpetrator can face severe penalties, including imprisonment for any term of years or even life. If the kidnapping resulted in the death of any person, the offender may face the death penalty or mandatory life imprisonment. Did y'all come on now? I mean, we got common sense, right? I mean, we got some type of comprehension. I mean, we ain't illiterate, right? We hood educated, not lane related on this end over here. You see? So, did Pooh Shiesty text his homeboys to help facilitate this robbery/kidnapping? Can the government prove that Big 30 and the rest of them guys, even Pooh Shiesty's father, left Tennessee to help facilitate this robbery in Texas? I think the government can prove that. Being that there are text messages of them getting ready and stuff. You know what? Don't believe hood educated. Let me just show y'all what the government showed us. Check it out. I need 6:30 for Saturday. Pulling up on WAP. Plus 2 drivers. Overstood. What we need do? Bet. I'm there. Pull up on him where I need to get to. I'm there, let me know. I need drivers. 30, where you at? Bet. When y'all trying to leave out, finna leave the A. It's on Shiesty and who he picked to come. I got the Cat and the TRX. These hoes drink gas though. And everybody can't go too cause house at all them folks be tripping. Everybody get in touch with KD ASAP. 911, it's serious, be ready. So y'all ain't driving? So how this not a federal crime? How was this not a federal charge? When they got these boys texting each other, talking about the cars that they in, and these are the exact same cars that pulled up to that studio and committed that armed robbery/kidnapping. Not only that, the guys that are texting in this text group all showed up and helped facilitate the robbery. They traveled from Tennessee to Texas to commit the robbery, and they got away with the robbery. But this lawyer right here is saying, hey man, nah, he still got another shot at it, because this right here is not a federal case. Well, I just read the federal elements to y'all. And I'm talking about this right here. Everything that them boys did, it fits to the T. This is not a state kidnapping. This right here is a federal kidnapping. I mean, and as bad as it is, I mean, this is a very unfortunate situation. But this is what happens when you got guys that are thinking that they are smart enough than the government, and guys that are doing slime ball type things. There is no way in the hell Pooh Shiesty should have called all his goons, all his henchmen, even his father, to travel from Tennessee to Texas to help him rob Gucci Mane and to get up out of this so-called contract. You see what I'm saying? Nah, he shouldn't have never did nothing like that. But when you ain't got no true leaders around you, and when you ain't got no true friends around you that's gonna put you in your place, when you out of line, then you got the blind leading the blind, and this is the type of stuff that happened. These boys right here, crash test dummy of the year. And any young brothers that so-called follow this brother right here, you's a fool. I'm talking about a great fool, because he's gonna lead you to the same thing that he led all his other homeboys to. And that's to the federal penitentiary. Now look, this lawyer right here, Bradford Cohen, he's not done. He still got more to say, even though all this overwhelming evidence. Look, they got the phone towers of the cars binging. They probably done traced the license plate numbers and all that old type of stuff, because we ain't got all the evidence yet. You see what I'm saying? But this lawyer right here, in good lawyer fashion, is still standing down and saying, hey man, nah, it's this. Hey man, nah, it's that. But come on, man. Let's be 100. That just like pissing in my face and tell, hey, nah, it's raining, hood. It's raining. It just smell a little funny. This rain right here, a little yellow right here, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's rain, brother. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you smell it? Yeah, no, this a different type of rain. Don't worry about it. No, we deal with actual facts, not fantasies, not no hopeful thinking and wishing and all that old type of stuff. Look, these boys right here, if they go to trial with all this type of evidence against them, deep fried, cooked. But again, this lawyer right here is standing down. And then this is what he got to say. Check it out.
Number 3 of my number 1, 2, and 3. One is that it's a dirty trick by the U.S. Attorney's Office to release evidence. Number 2 is that it still doesn't meet the definition. Number 3 in that realm of what is important in this alleged video is that it does not show Pooh with a weapon. Again, they said that Pooh had this AK-47, this alleged AK-47, and it doesn't show Pooh with an alleged AK-47. It shows someone else with an alleged AK-47. So there's still things in this video that still help the defense. Obviously, the video in itself, if it's proven to be the actual video, it's not something that would be exonerating in a state case and or a federal case, even though I don't think federal has jurisdiction over it. The important things are the things that are missing from that video. It looks like the alleged victims still have their jewelry on in that video. So there's a lot of things going on in that video that people really need to take a very hard look at. And when people say, oh, this guy's cooked, that guy's cooked, they're just not lawyers. They don't know how to look at videos and how to look at the evidence.
Come on, Brad. We hood lawyers, man, like Seti Nash, man. We ain't, come on, man. We ain't go to law school, bruh. But we use common sense. That's what we use. We use conflict resolution skills. That's what we use. We use our comprehension skills. That's what we use. And everything that you kicking ain't making no sense at all. At all. Because look, just because the video don't show Pooh Shiesty with a gun in his hand, listen, let me tell you something. How many people been locked up that are still locked up right now today, and they didn't get caught on camera doing the murder? You see what I'm saying? They ain't get caught shooting nobody. But the victim eyewitness, the victim said, hey, that's the guy that shot me right there. That's it. You going to jail, buddy. Yeah. They don't need no camera footage and none of that type of stuff. We got multiple victims saying that, hey, Pooh Shiesty had a gun and he aimed it at Gucci Mane's head. Yeah. Gucci Mane said he feared for his life. Gucci Mane even said it. You see what I'm saying? So no, come on with that. Like, no, we understand that, look, they don't need no actual factual evidence like that. They don't need no tangible or material evidence like that. As long as they got the victim who is an eyewitness and they have other witnesses who are victims corroborating the story, you cooked. You are cooked. Straight like that. Ain't no way around it. Look, they got the video. Not only they got the video, they got all that other evidence. Nah, come on. You see what I'm saying? But look, he's a lawyer and he has to fight for his client the best way that he can. So I do understand that portion right there, right? But what I will say before I depart is this right here for all you brothers who are in these streets committing these crimes and thinking that y'all gonna get away with something. Look, I would like to advise all of you, if you're paying attention to my channel, if you out there shooting, robbing, stealing, burglary, or whatever you doing, I want you to go down to the law library in your city. As a matter of fact, go online to the law library. And I want you to study the crime that you are doing. I want you to look at it. But not just study the crime, look at the penalty phase. That's what I need you to do. Look at the penalty phase. And the reason why I want you to do that is because a lot of the times you guys don't be knowing how much time y'all looking at. Y'all just be out there committing crimes with no understanding of what you are doing and the penalty of what you are doing. So study the penalty phase. And if that penalty phase say 20 years, 15 years, life, 0 to 20 years, anything like that, and you know within yourself, damn, I can't do that much time. I can't do 20 years. I can't do 15. I can't even do a nickel. I can't. If the penalty phase is more than what you are willing to do, then you need to stop committing that crime. Because you're going to get caught. Not today, probably not tomorrow, but one day, if you continue to do that crime, you're going to get caught. And they going to hit your ass with that penalty. This is Hood Educated, Not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.